Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright. Type of ride I had over in North Hollywood station. I go into the train and I got one crazy dude 2 seats in front of me screaming out his hood, and then another crazy dude coming in listening to music stands behind me screaming out his hood. And so what ended up happening is they both ended up spazzing out at the same time. He was just going crazy, screaming out all types of stuff, but the dude behind me, the one that was playing music, was a little more crazy than the other one. He started yelling out derogatory stuff to Mexican people. And then, only for some Mexican dude to walk by, I don't know who or what actually happened, but the dude that was behind me playing the music ran out of the train and slapped the hell out of this dude. Slapped him, hit him a couple of times. He connected on a couple of hits. And then came back in the train and sat behind me. And I'm like, wait a minute. And he gets up like, and starts saying more derogatory stuff. Crazy stuff. And then there was a dude that came up to him. Some Mexican dude came up to him and told him, man, you want to meet my blade? Like, you know, he was essentially saying, you ain't going to be sitting up here talking like this in front of me. You know, and I was trying to motion the dude. I'm like, not a credible mind, bro. If you're gonna crash out, make sure the person who's offending you is with you. You know what I mean? Make sure their mind is where it's necessary needs to be, because he wasn't. He was crazy and he was drunk. It was a bad combination. So it's like, it's not worth the crash out. And when he saw me pointing my head, he kind of backed off. And I guess dude backed him off too. The crazy one, he's bigger than him. He was like, nah, we ain't even doing that. He said, I'm half too. I'm half Mexican too, but such and such and such and such, and continued on his rant about what he didn't respect and what have you. And then he ended up slapping hands with the other crazy dude. And it was just a bunch of nonsense. And then it looked like from there, I think they both ended up teaming up against the Mexican dude later on. Maybe a minute and a half later, they go up to him. And what I realized was, if he had a firearm, I was in the line of where they would be shooting. So I'm like, all right, let me get off the train real quick. Let me move on from this area. That was when my instincts told me to move. Like, get up, go to another booth or whatever, go to another train. And as I sat down in another train, they said, okay, we're waiting for our security to get here. I'm like, all right. I look across the way and there's another train, an entirely different train on the other side. And so I got on that, man. Since it's North Hollywood, they both go in the same direction. So that's what I did. I just got out of the line of that entirely, man. And you could hear the dude that was sitting behind me with the music screaming and hollering the whole time. And I'm just like, man, I'm out of this. I'm not part of this. And my thinking was, I just do not want him bringing that energy to me at all, because I'm not all there my damn self. And, you know, I don't want to crash out over a crazy person, just like I'm telling the Mexican dude not to crash out over a crazy person. And so that was my thinking, just, Lord, please don't let these idiots bring this energy to me, because I don't want anything like that to go mess up my day. I'm feeling good. I'm trying to just go get some brown rice. That's literally all I'm trying to do. But, yeah, that was a whole lot of demonic energy, a whole lot of disrespect toward Mexican people, man. I wouldn't repeat what he said. It ain't positive. But it ain't nothing I agree with, and I just felt like the dude who wanted to stand up against that, I didn't want to see him crash out. I didn't want to see him commit anything violent or have anything happen to him over the words and the thoughts of a crazy person. That's my thinking. It's like, bro, I could see if it's somebody you respect is sane being disrespectful to your people. Then you got to stand up and you got to make it known. But if somebody's absolutely out of their damn mind, you do not want to crash out over the thoughts of a mentally ill person, man. That you don't want to do. You know what I mean? That was my thinking. Like, don't crash out. And if you do crash out, don't shoot in this direction, because I want to survive this. You feel me? That was my attitude. Because they both of them crazy dudes teamed up with one another. And in that situation, I'm like, all right, man, this could turn into a firefight real quick. And dude, I saw the Mexican dude started reaching in his waistband. I'm like, all right, I'm in the way. I'm not in between, but if he start missing and all of it's coming at me, I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. Nah, my instincts told me to get the hell up out of that quickly. get out of that. So that's what I did, man. I just got off the train. I'm like, look, I'll lead him to that, man. I'm not jumpy. I'm not a scary type of person. When he started doing all this, jumping around, you know, getting up, slapping old dude, I didn't move. I mind my business. As long as he don't bring it to me, I don't have to bring him nothing. That was my attitude. It's like, look, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like to fight, none of that. I'm not really like that. I'm not going to pretend like I am. But if it comes to defending myself, I didn't doubt that I could in that situation. It wasn't even like that. But the point was, dude was not well. And I understood he had liquor on him on top of that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You just want to get away from that. You understand somebody's mentally ill. You understand they're hurting. You don't want any of that energy to become a threat to you. So might as well mind my business and didn't bring it to me. But the situation got too hot. You could just tell it was starting to get too hot. You had another mind get involved. He coming through with pride. He offended. You could clearly see he from somewhere too. So he repping that on top. It's just like, you know what? Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I honestly don't know that either one of them two dudes really banged, because they both look really cracked out, like both of them. One of them was claiming this, the other was claiming that. I'm like, man, I ain't even trying to be a part of this. Let me get the hell away from these two dudes. And they start having issues with the other dude, waistbands being reached for. I'm like, all right, let me get up out of here, man. I ain't about to get hit with no crossfire. I'm not about to be fighting nobody, defending myself against crazy people, or none of those things is going to be a part of my day today. None of that is going to be a part of my day. So yeah, man, I'm just thankful for the street smarts that I do have, man. Instincts. Once you start realizing you're vulnerable, and I tell anybody else, when people start fighting, I've learned this in LA. I don't know how it is everywhere, but I've learned this in LA. People do not punch very much. So while some people are drawn to the fight, I expect gunfire when a fight takes place. Especially if it's a black or a Mexican dude, or a mixture of races and stuff like that. We don't really do too much punching out here. We really don't. So some people want to throw friendly fades, but a lot of time those friendly fades have to do with a certain mutual respect. If it's strangers, there is no mutual respect. You can expect that if somebody has a firearm, they're going to pull it out. And so that's what living out here and being raised out here has taught me. You can never, ever expect that if there's punches thrown, that a firearm won't be drawn. It's just, I've seen it too many times, man. Too many times. There's no such thing as a friendly fight between strangers, bro. No such thing. And so now that I've known that and seen that in my life enough times, anytime I see people being drawn to a fight, I'm drawn away from it because I'm expecting the gunfire. So it's like, nah, once that started becoming a thing, yeah, let me get out the way, man. I'm in the line of fire. If somebody pulls out from the other side, they're shooting in my direction. I ain't letting that happen. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I want to document that. I don't remember what nobody looked like and all of that. The cops, the funny thing was, when I got to this train station, all the cops were over here. Like, y'all need to be over there. I don't know what's going on over here, but y'all needed to be in North Hollywood, because that's where all the action was happening. And they were waiting a long time for the cops to come, and I don't think they ever showed up, to be honest with you. But yeah, that was what it was, man. I am where I'm going to be, what I came on this side of town for. So I'm gonna go in there and grab what I need to grab and then get right back on the other side of town. But thank God it worked out in my favor. Hopefully everybody gets the help that they need. That's pretty much all I gotta say. My name is BDF 44. I thank you all for watching. Wow.